Every once in a while, there comes a performance car so pure, so radical in nature, and so extreme in thought, it becomes the benchmark for track performance everywhere. The sort of car that even thoroughbred supercars aspire to be. A car with an uncompromising approach to speed and on-track performance. This right here is one such car. If you, like me, prefer your performance cars to be naturally aspirated, then this right here is as good as it gets. I've just had a quick succession of hot laps in it. I'm flushed with adrenaline and I'm here to tell you exactly what this car is like. It's called the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo Omologato, the STO. And it's the most hardcore and intense iteration of the Huracan in history. Although it shares its powertrain with the Huracan Performante, its extensive use of carbon fiber, rear-wheel drive only powertrain, racing suspension, and rear-wheel steering makes it a far more track-focused car than any production version of the Huracan we've seen before, or are likely to see again. So what we have here is essentially a clamshell bonnet, and what it does is it channels a lot more of the airflow downward. It has a far greater cooling effect on the brakes, and then there's plenty of carbon fiber usage at the back as well. With this, it marks the end of an era for the Lamborghini Huracan, which has had an incredible journey for almost a decade. But this car, which shares its powertrain with the already intense Lamborghini Huracan Performante, is the Huracan at its peak power. Lamborghini has clearly made an effort to make this car as light as possible. As a result, extensive use of carbon fiber, the wheels are made of magnesium, and even in here it's hard to tell that this is not really a race car, except for the fact that it has a touchscreen interface, it's bathed in Alcantara, you have aircon on command. But the biggest differences you'll start to spot are here. We've got three driving modes essentially. There's STO, Trofeo and Pioggia. And we've been out on the track for about 5 hot laps. STO is where you can be in automatic mode and the electronic control is a little more. But it's when you go into Trofeo that you really get to test the limits of the car. The way it shifts up. This has also got carbon ceramic brakes. So even though this thing has been running successfully for the last 3 days, just lap after lap after lap, there is no sign of brake fade, there's no sign of brakes heating up. It doesn't even really require a cool down lap, which is bonkers when you think about the kind of G-forces, the kind of intense stress that the brakes are being put under almost constantly. So the fact that Lamborghini has managed to do that, and the fact that Lamborghini has managed to bring such a limited edition supercar into the country just speaks volumes of the fact that the allocation for such models, Lamborghini wouldn't tell us just how many have been sold or just the number that's been brought in. But the fact that it's here speaks volumes for the way our infrastructure is growing and how things are improving, and how the demand for such cars is likely to go up. It's one of the most intense, raw and hardcore cars. I've not driven it on the road. I'm unlikely to do that anytime soon. But as far as track performance is concerned, I don't think naturally aspirated performance can get as visceral or as raw as the STO. On track, the STO demands your undivided attention. Unlike previous all-wheel drive iterations, it's less forgiving and more temperamental, much like the bull on its bonnet. Unlike the Huracan Evo, for example, there's a much smaller margin for error here. The STO is for hardcore track enthusiasts only. So hardcore, in fact, that it extracts the same amount of power out of that 5.2-litre naturally aspirated V10 engine as the Performante, means that Lambo has milked the motor for all it's worth, and it doesn't have any more to offer. So in order to extract greater performance out of this car, they decided to use clever engineering to give the ultimate Huracan driving experience. It's got a fixed rear wing which can be manually adjusted to provide greater downforce. Downforce that's up 53% over the Performante. It's also 43 kg lighter than the Performante, and the result is that, especially in Trofeo mode, the STO feels like a different breed of supercar. It coaxes you to push it further and further, throwing unbelievable amounts of grip that challenge every law of physics known to you. And then, just when you decide to push it a little more, it smacks you on the wrist, giving you a more realistic understanding of your own driving abilities. Steering response is sharper than you'll ever know. Thanks to its 24 hours of Daytona winning racing pedigree, it reacts like a caffeinated gerbil, darting sideways with lightning quick reflexes. In many ways, then, the STO marks the end of a glorious era. If the Huracan is to make way for more emission-friendly performance cars, with the STO, it's going out at the peak of its powers, in the only way it knows how to, with a crackling exhaust and that loud V10 roar echoing past the grandstands. The fact that a car like this is available in the Indian market speaks volumes about just how much the market has matured, particularly when it comes to high-end luxury performance cars. But to know just exactly what brands like Lamborghini India have lined up for us in the Indian market, we caught up with the man who's made this whole thing possible, the head of Lamborghini India, Sharad Agarwal.
Yes, we recently achieved the milestone of delivering 300th Lamborghini in India since our inception, and this has been possible because the brand is working in a clear, structured direction to drive the consistency for our business in the growth and also in performance. So what we look for future is that we want to continue this consistency in our business and growth in the market. We want to continue with curating these unique experiences for our customers, keep bringing new models to the market so that we can continuously excite the super sports car enthusiasts in this country and keep on growing with a consistency. We do have quite a good success in India with these special edition cars. Like for example, we did long back the Gallardo India edition for the market, followed by we did the Huracan Aveo. You know, three of the 250 cars came to India. After that, we did the Aventador SV. Then we also did the SVJ, and we also have the Aventador SVJ 63, one of the 63 car in the world. So yes, India is evolving in terms of these special edition cars, and we have always seen very positive and encouraging response in the market. We will continue to bring these special edition cars to the market, but yes, we always have to maintain a very fine balance between the exclusivity and also the number of cars that we bring to the market. I will say that in past we have got a fair bit of allocation of these special edition cars. Yes, we need to maintain a very fine balance between the exclusivity and also the availability of special editions. We see that the market is evolving, we are growing, and we do see that we will do our best to keep on bringing these special edition models to the market and keep on exciting these super sports car enthusiasts, our customers, our prospects in the Indian market. Lamborghini has recently announced its roadmap towards the electrification, and the first timeline for this roadmap is to have all our models electrified by plug-in hybrids by 2024, and during the second half of the decade we are going to also have the first fully electric Lamborghini. Okay, so yes, we are moving towards this future, but at Lamborghini we have always believed that we don't have to be the first, but we have to be the best. So like I said that while we are moving into this future of electrification, we are very committed that we will stay true to our DNA. The driving dynamics, the performance and the experience from our cars will always remain on top, and we are going to deliver the performance to our customers what they expect when they are buying their own Lamborghini, so that we will never make a compromise in that direction.
The STO is the Huracan swan song, its last hurrah, a reminder of a soon-to-be bygone era. One day, we'll look back at a time when cars like these that represent the best of internal combustion and the zenith of pure on-track performance were free to roam the streets. But since that day isn't today, we'll drive just a little bit more.